Ever booked a seemingly perfect Airbnb only to be hit with a surprise bill at checkout? You're not alone. We've all been there, scrolling through gorgeous photos, picturing ourselves relaxing in a dream location, only to have the final price jump up significantly. So the big question is, are there hidden fees on Airbnb? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Now, Airbnb has revolutionized travel. It's opened up a world of unique accommodations, from cozy apartments to sprawling villas, offering a more personalized experience than traditional hotels. But with this convenience comes a complex pricing structure that can sometimes leave guests feeling confused and even a little ripped off. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of fees, let's understand the basics. When you search for a place on Airbnb, you see a nightly price. This is the base rate set by the host. However, this is rarely the final price you pay. Several other factors come into play, and that's where things can get a bit tricky. One of the most common additions is the cleaning fee. This is a one-time fee charged by the host to cover the cost of cleaning the property after your stay. This fee can vary wildly depending on the size of the property, the host's cleaning standards, and even the location. A small studio might have a cleaning fee of $20, while a large house could have one exceeding $100. The problem is that sometimes this fee can seem disproportionately high compared to the nightly rate, making a short stay surprisingly expensive. Imagine booking a place for one night at $50, only to discover a $75 cleaning fee. Suddenly, your one-night stay costs you $125. Another fee you'll often encounter is the service fee. This is charged by Airbnb themselves and covers the cost of running the platform, including customer support, secure transactions, and product development. This fee is usually a percentage of the total booking cost, including the nightly rate and cleaning fee. While Airbnb is transparent about this fee, it's often overlooked by guests when initially comparing prices. It's added at the final checkout stage, and it can add a noticeable chunk to the overall cost. Then there are occupancy taxes. These are taxes levied by local governments on short-term rentals. The amount varies depending on the location and can be a fixed amount or a percentage of the booking cost. Airbnb typically collects these taxes and remits them to the relevant authorities, but it's important to be aware that these taxes are added to the final price. Now, let's talk about some less obvious potential costs. Some hosts may charge extra for additional amenities, such as parking, pet fees, or even late checkout. These fees are usually disclosed in the listing description, but it's crucial to read the fine print carefully. You don't want to arrive expecting free parking only to find out you have to pay an extra $20 per night. Security deposits are another important aspect to consider. While not technically a fee, a security deposit is a sum of money held by Airbnb to cover any potential damages to the property during your stay. This amount is refunded after your departure, provided there are no issues. However, if the host claims damages, it can lead to disputes and delays in getting your deposit back. One area where fees can be particularly frustrating is with cancellation policies. Airbnb offers various cancellation options, from flexible to strict, each with its own set of rules and potential fees. If you need to cancel your booking, you might lose a portion of your payment, depending on the host's policy and how close you are to your check-in date. It's essential to understand the cancellation policy before booking to avoid unexpected financial losses. So, are these fees hidden? Well, technically no. Airbnb requires hosts to disclose these fees in their listings. The problem is that they're often presented in a way that's easy to miss, especially when you're quickly scrolling through listings and focusing on the enticing photos and nightly rate. This is where the perception of hidden fees comes from. It's more a matter of presentation and user experience than outright deception. To avoid surprises at checkout, here are some essential tips. First, always expand the price breakdown before booking. This will show you a detailed breakdown of all the costs, including the nightly rate, cleaning fee, service fee, and taxes. Don't just look at the headline price. Second, carefully read the entire listing description, paying close attention to any mentions of additional fees for amenities, parking, or pets. Look for phrases like, "Additional charges may apply." Third, check the host's cancellation policy. Make sure you understand the terms and conditions in case you need to change your plans. Fourth, communicate with the host before booking if you have any questions about fees or anything else related to the property. Clear communication can prevent misunderstandings and potential disputes later on. Fifth, compare prices across different platforms and consider the total cost, not just the nightly rate. Sometimes, a slightly higher nightly rate on another platform might actually be cheaper overall when you factor in all the fees on Airbnb. Airbnb is constantly evolving, and they are making efforts to improve transparency around pricing. They have implemented features to make the price breakdown more prominent and are encouraging hosts to be more upfront about their fees. However, it's still your responsibility as a guest to do your due diligence and understand the full cost before booking. Ultimately, the key takeaway is that while Airbnb doesn't usually have genuinely hidden fees, the way pricing is presented can sometimes be misleading. By being aware of the different types of fees and taking the necessary steps to understand the full cost, you can avoid surprises and have a much smoother and more enjoyable Airbnb experience. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.